One of the most important findings that has been made about this phenomenon is that it is global in scope. In other words, it doesn't belong to the French or the Americans or the British. There have been waves of sightings, usually lasting about a few weeks or a month and a half, over in very concentrated fashions in certain areas of the world. There have been such waves in Western Europe in 1954, for example. In this country in 1947, we know of waves in the Soviet Union, in China, in Australia, especially in Western Australia. And what is typical about these waves is that the people from all these different cultures around the world are describing the same thing in their own terms. What they are describing is an object that seems to be able to maneuver, it seems to be a technology, seems to come to the ground and leave traces. And there have been rings especially that have been found, burned circles that have been found very commonly in Australia that are absolutely identical to things that have been catalogued in this country in France. There is now a catalogue of such traces that encompasses more than 1,000 sightings. The UFO phenomenon didn't really start in 1947. We have many sightings from during the war, before the war, in the 19th century, and going back as far as we have records. And in that regard, I've been especially fascinated by the possible parallel between UFO sightings and folklore. If you think of the Wingina drawings, for example, in Australia, if you think of similar cave drawings from China to the Sahara, if you think of the Celtic traditions in Brittany, in the Celtic countries, if you think of the American Indian folklore, all of those have certain common preoccupations with beings coming from the sky, beings wearing some sort of suit, beings, the whole mythology of contact between men and another culture, possibly coming from space.